Hello, there we are. You're not scary dragon, by the way. You're a hoe. Why am I always starting late? I thought it was like 2 in the morning. No, it's like 6. No. I'm only kidding. I should have my stupid e-reader tomorrow. Oh, don't be sorry, you're good. Why are you sorry? I have a wet noodle. Wet noodle. Why am I at my PC? Doesn't matter. Who, what, when, where, how, why are you? How is everybody? But don't be sorry. Be sorry about you didn't do anything. I'm just saying you're not scary. You are a hoe, though. But only on the days that end in Y. I like butts, big nuts, but butt. Time to go for the last starter. I don't want your weak little shits. Give me your strong little shits. The shits that fuck your colon up the way on the way out. boring grind back up. Zero. No. Bum bum. I don't want it. 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 happened? Hello, hello, hello. Alright, my mic broke again. I don't know when that happened. You're a hoe. I'm good, whore. How are you, hoe? You're a filthy, filthy butt. Slut. You missed? You missed what? I can't do it. Yes. Yeah. It's a little higher pitched than that. A wild butt for your thoughts. He's floating. We can't have that. Also, oh. I'll make him a little wider. Babe ass. If you buy it. I don't have any cookies. Why are you asking me? I don't give out cookies. And you're not Tiffany either. Sorry if there's no text. It's kind of boring. Boring. It's boring. This is boring because it's early in this stupid round. It won't be getting harder until fucking 60s. Man. I'm also glad collecting the starters also is part of like actual completion. Because they go away afterward on the list. So you can't just keep getting them. You can only get one of each per game file, which is very nice. So after that, this will be done. I purify Lugia, and all of Gale of Darkness is done. Yeah. Woohoo. Wahoo! Ah, the mighty hyena. And a nose magnet. testicles. Hey Cloud, how are you? Ads. I'm sorry to hear that. Hope you're well, Cloud. Whenever you're out of ads. Let me caboose a goose in your boost. That's the Gears of War series finished. GG. And welcome, Cloud. Since you should be out of ads, here's your waiter. Here's your throat liquid. I'm I'm glad. I gave you... I've been good. But yeah, I gave you a shout out if you didn't see that. I'm good. I'm Gouda. Well then, if that's finished, what's next, Zero? Send love to Zero, who just finished Gears of War. Send love to him for anyone who doesn't know him already. Always. Anytime. Send love to Dragon as well. My stupid alerts aren't working. What just happened? Why no alert? Alert box. Not alert box, wrong thing. But that also worked though. That did work though. Widget. Widgets. Alright, I forgot they took out the shout out. The shout out shit out of here. Thinking of playing Halo or Dante's Inferno. Not bad. Alright, dude.
Or it just has the best combat systems. I wanted that's exactly right. Went to them DMV to schedule an appointment for a driver's license test. An interesting thing, the lady behind the desk said, you gotta bring your own vehicle for the test. In the back of my mind, I'm like, why do they not have their own vehicles to test their test purposes? You know, that's a good point. Also, how'd you get out there?
It's a 3.
Wait, they asked you to have your own...
That looks like 3. Something about a driver's license. That's all I know. I don't even remember streaming. I don't even remember. I'm sure. I don't even remember half the conversations I've had years ago. So whenever I see random clips, I don't even recognize some of them. Ah, red. It's like a freaking gacha pod of random memories without paying for it. But I'm glad everybody's doing well, and I hope you, whatever you choose, Zero, you kick ass. Dante's Inferno, though. I haven't played that game in forever. Halo, I haven't played since, like, the first and third. I played 1, 2, and 3, but 3 was, like, the one that I got on my own. On the 360. My brother was bigger into Halo, so he had that for the Xbox, the first two. But I was never the shootery person, so it wasn't long. Left 4 Dead is probably one of the few, and Borderlands, because of its RPG element, but Left 4 Dead is probably one of the few full-on shooters that I did enjoy just because of co-op. ODST was my favorite. I love the idea of collecting dog. See, I like that in Metal Gear Solid. I like just collectible things. Especially if it gives you stuff. In MGS, you get, like, unlimited ammo and whatever else crap, like Resident Evil does with certain things like that. I don't know what Halo does for you. I know I was collecting the skulls a lot in Halo 3. Or whatever it was. I know, stuff like that. That gives you shit like that. But I'm also a trophy or an achievement hunter as well. So if I did play ODST, I probably would have did the same thing. Because in Dead Rising 3, I tried to go after a lot of the minor collectibles, and a lot of it's just reliving memories of a person's death before, you know, before they die. And then collecting survivors and other things, and blueprints for weapons. Like, I like doing a lot of that. That's another good Xbox game, sadly. I wish it was on PS4 also, Dead Rising 3. It's Xbox One and PC exclusive. But that's another amazing franchise on Xbox and PS4, or PS finally. They just need 3 now. DR2 is fantastic, but I think you would also enjoy the co-op if we ever got around to it on 3, though, if you ever got it. Oh my god, 3 is so good. But if you don't enjoy it, that's understandable. But, like, Dead Rising is just another dumb franchise I love just collecting the stuff in. Because you collect blueprints and a lot of and other things and outfits, and a lot of those are actual collectible. They go into like a storage that you can choose them from, and there's trophies associated with a lot of that. I wanted to, hopefully Dead Rising 3 can. Because if you're ever down, I'll play Dead Rising 2 on PS4. Hell yeah. PS4, PS5 with you. So I own them on PS4 as well. Oh, shit. Wait, 2 is on PS4. Dead Rising 2, both of them are, yes. Dead Rising 2 and Off the Record are on PS4. The only games that aren't are... Dead Rising has 2 DLCs called Case West, which follows the end of Dead Rising 2, and it has a prequel to Dead Rising 2 called Case Zero. Those are Xbox exclusive, and Dead Rising 3 is still on Microsoft only, meaning Windows and Xbox. Because it was originally an exclusive to the Xbox One, but then they later released it on Steam sometime after that. And it hasn't been released on anything else yet. However, in 2016, they gave us Dead Rising 1 on Sony, which was always an exclusive since 2006. Hence the 10-year anniversary. So, with them remaking Dead Rising 1 and possibly already, and here's the thing, Capcom's done surveys where they've asked what games people would like, including Resident Evil, and all of Dead Rising's franchise was in that list. I specifically chose 3, because 2 is great still, but it's already on everything. Dead Rising 3 is the only thing that I have that I would love to have on PS4 or 5 or both. But it's another game I would prefer a remake of over 2 anyway, but if Dead Rising 1 sold well enough, Dead Rising 2's remake is not far behind. Ooh, see those were also on the list. I don't know about Breath of the Fire, but Dino Crisis specifically was on it. Yeah, Capcom went out of their way and had an entire questionnaire thing and a survey online on what they would prefer for a remake. So expect some stuff coming potentially besides the rest of Resident Evil. There's a lot of games that people want, not just from them too. Legend of Dragoon, Parasite Eve, or other games that other companies could easily that people want. On top of RPGs that people have wanted. People wanted Legend of Mana, and we got it. People want other games. I mean, that's no surprise. Which I know a new game. From what? What game is that? What? I mean, we're apparently getting fucking remakes of Ninja Gaiden. Or whatever these incredibly enhanced fucking versions of Ninja Gaiden Sigma Black are. That Toei, Tecmo, and fucking Team Ninja are creating. But that's interesting. For an action game. I wasn't expecting then Ninja Gaiden to make a resurgence after the failure that was 3. I need to play it. It's so good. Look, 3 is awful. If you actually really get into the franchise, you'll see why. But maybe you'll like. I'm gonna say maybe you'll be the odd one that likes it. I hated it. But then again, I sort of grew up on the Xbox version of Ninja Gaiden. Like, sort of. Because I was still at a younger age. Like, middle school, high school, probably. Early high school. I think it was late middle school, early high school. Because most of my time playing PSO was in middle school on a GameCube and Xbox. Ninja Gaiden would have had to have fallen in line. And, I was so hyped. Here's the thing, though. I was so hyped for it, and it just let me down because I love the exploration and collecting of things, and without any of that, it just felt awful to me. I'm not saying the game in general could be bad, but to me it was, as a fan of the franchise. It's kind of like what DMC did to Devil May Cry. To me. And in its own right, the reboot is not a horrible game. Is it a good Devil May Cry game? No. Same for Ninja Gaiden 3. Well, that's not a reboot. It's just not a great Ninja Gaiden game. I remember PSU took my attention. Yes, Phantasy Star Universe. I didn't play it as much because I burnt myself out on PSO, but I've played so many years of Phantasy Star. On top of Phantasy Star Universe. And then I got into the GameCube, or they released the collection on the Game Boy Advance for the originals. The first couple, and then I played those for a little bit. Thank you, Monkey! Monkey! I don't know why I said it so weirdly. Thank you, Monkey. Monkey. Every time you join, I become Frieza. Does that mean I'm racist against monkeys? Are you a Saiyan? Teach me how to go gold. Resub, thank you. Wait, why did that not... You resubbed. Why didn't that... Also, thank you for the bit. Didn't have to do that. Why didn't it show your sub, also? Huh. But... Thank you for the sub, even though you don't stream. And thank you for the biddies. why I didn't show the third time around. Subs should not be a problem. I have so many issues with things because I had somebody who donated. I hope they got their money back because I know I sent that inquiry through. But nonetheless, their donation didn't show up. I think they clicked my PayPal direct link instead of my Streamlabs link. Oh, I got a wedgie. Yeah, the bunny love to some amazing friends. I appreciate you. I wish I was a bun. Bunnies are so cute. I want a bunny. I appreciate the love, thank you. Well, thank you for the sub. 3 months. Oh, wait, did you share it? Hold on, Monkey, in your chat. Does it say share your sub at all? Because you have to kind of send the sub through text in chat, if that makes sense. It usually should say, like, share your sub and chat or something like that. I don't know. Usually when I sub, that's what happens with me, and I send it, and then that's when it procs. Otherwise, I have no ideas. Yeah, there it is. Oh, there it is.
You are a fool! I'm going to crush you and throw you into the wind! Trunks, Bulma, I do this for you.
Yes.
And yes,
share
even
it.
for you, Kakarot.
Thank you for that. It's always a thing with Twitch. I appreciate that. I'm glad I could be a part of it all. I'm glad you could join it as well. And I'm glad that I was able to get that working. Yeah, that reminded me, and I was like, wait, that's why it didn't work. You didn't share it. Yeah. I forgot that was a thing. I think it's probably because you can associate a lot of your Prime subs and bit stuff with text-to-speech associated, so you could send a message with it. I think that's why they do that. Oops, that's not. That is a long credits. It's almost as long as Metal Gear Solid 3's ladder. Refresh and some page. That ladder took forever. Yes, yes, so long that it gave it that they made a song for it. Yeah. Yes, it did. Honestly, ladders in the original Demon Souls feel just like that. The longest ladder in Demon Souls, while they're not the longest, that game has the slowest ladder climb I've ever seen. It feels like Metal Gear Solid 3. noticed my Discord icon is so tiny. I didn't notice. Hello. And
Oh,
I didn't even see you on my screen because it's so tiny. You small. You small guy. How is thou?
boy. I am good. Just barely waking up from a little bit of a weak spell.
I'm sorry.
And then
Hope you're feeling better.
freaking no, it's all good. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. It was just like, alright, I gotta sleep. So I just knocked out our list and I knocked out. But
Rest the
freaking
body. Yeah.
giving the PS5 a long overdue break, and right now I'm just watching YouTube on the Switch on the big screen. So hopefully it's not too loud.
I hear it at the moment, but it's not horrendous.
Alright. It was like I want to play Dead Island 2 right now. I'm like, I left the PS5 on straight for 2 days. I'm like, alright, I need to break.
Yeah, you don't want to burn it out.
Yep.
To this day, my PS3 randomly likes to turn itself on. It's haunted.
I think my PS3 still works. The one I got from my cousin. It's laying here collecting dust on the one of the on the sofa next to me. I have 2 chairs facing the other way of the room, and I think in one of them the PS3 is sitting on there.
My PS3 isn't as dusty, surprisingly. Then again, it gets more use than my PS4 and Wii U do. Got my Wii U. That thing is not even a Wii U. It's literally just a dustbin. That's what I call it, the Nintendo dustbin.
Yeah, cause like the PS4, I think I already told you like what is it, a few months back, it finally just died on me. Cause I remember trying to turn it on to watch either Netflix or Fandango at home when I still had it, but it just wouldn't turn on. And I'm like, okay, this is odd. But then I left it out there thinking maybe hopefully it's not filled with bugs or some shit. So I left it in the back. So hopefully it has anything in there that'll come out. Left it out there for maybe like a month or so, brought it back in, still won't turn on. So I'm like, it finally bit the dust.
No. That sucks.
Yeah, because granted I don't play on it anymore, because like all my controllers on it are crap. I still use it to, I'm still using it to like watch stuff. It was like my streaming box in a way.
Yeah.
Like even the somewhat controller that was somewhat decent, it would only work if it was connected. And even then, the little cable I used, cause like, it's kind of funny. I used to have so many of those old school USB cord thingies, that connect stuff to like the older phones before the C-Type took over. And now like either all the ones I had is eventually.
Is your internet shitting? You just cut the fuck out.
Hopefully it's not my connection, because so far things are, granted I'm running 2 things, the laptop and the Switch.
Mine would be much
Like
more.
yeah.
Yeah, my stream is fine and my Discord's fine. That all I know is I just hear you going slightly robotic and you just cut off whatever you said. I don't know.
I was just saying, like, I had a whole bunch of the old school charging cables, and now they're all gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe it was just a
Don't know
hiccup.
what they're don't know what they're called, but the cables that the PS3 controller took.
What, to charge the
I remember-
controller? You mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
those. Because I remember,
it's just a basic
What?
USB-C. It's USB-C. PS5 or PS4?
it was the PS3.
Oh, PS3. No, that's not. I don't know what USB. That's just like some controller that's basic, but I don't know what type it is.
Yeah, because I used to have, when it came to those old school little cable thingies for the controller, because I think they were like the same thing for the Androids from back then, or the cell phones.
Yeah, it's
They had
older.
so many. Yep, and now they're all gone, and the few I have are just the ones that don't work. So I don't know why, when it comes to my cables for charging, either, cause I don't know, cause I don't know if it's because maybe overuse them or something, but after a while they either just stop working fully, or like the part that connects to the controller or the phone, after a while it just starts to tear up and the cables come out.
The PS3 controller for computer emulation or playing games on was such a pain in the ass. You had to have a whole
Because
program.
like freaking, what is it? The one cable that came with the PS5 to charge the controller with, it lasted for a good while, but it boom out of nowhere. I still don't get why, considering like my dog doesn't chew on my cables. He stays away from electronics, and like just out of nowhere, the part that the USB thing, the Qi type charger that connects to the controller, the end tip, the wiring right below it, it's just like the plastic just came undone. The wiring started sticking out. Then it just stopped working. I'm like, why did it tear up? I'm not like hard on it.
Yeah.
And I'm somewhat lucky because I'm using a when I bought the Bluetooth speaker from Sony, it came with a small charging cable, and I've been using that to charge the controller on the console. Because
Nice.
granted, I do use the thing you got me that charges the controller, but I use that when I'm not using the console. So when I'm using the console, I use the C-type charger, but even that is starting to go on the fritz now. And it's like, oh great.
Yay. Sounds like a fun time. Glorious.
Yeah, because like freaking, what is it?
Glorious.
After the issues with the last few controllers, and just googling like stuff when it came to controller issues, I'm trying always my best to like beforehand, even with the what is it with the PS4 and the PS3, I always have the controller on if I'm watching something or doing something that's not involving like a video game. And it's like people like to stay in control life. If you're gonna be watching a movie or streaming something, it's best to turn off the controller and either leave it charged or leave it inside, because like apparently just constantly always being on like that just shortens the lifespan of the controller.
Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense.
And then granted, the bad luck I had with the other two, I'm trying my best to like baby this controller because I know these things are effing expensive.
Right.
It still annoys me that they don't come with like a charging cable with them, considering how much money they are. I'm trying to remember if the PS3 ones and the PS4 ones came with a charging cable. And you got a brand new controller from the company.
Normally not. Normally no. At least not
It's
the
like,
ones that you. At least not the ones that you buy outside. The ones that you buy with the console. The ones with the console is usually where you get it.
yeah.
And then if you buy the accessory controller, then no. Sadly. Otherwise, I'd be loaded with multiple, as I have at least 3 controllers each for several of them.
Yeah.
And then I have 3 PS5 controllers. I have at least, what, 2 to 3 PS3 controllers. The only controllers that don't matter are 360. Well, Xbox and ones, because they take batteries.
Yeah, I do have a plug-in controller, but that's only for the it only works with the laptop. So for my last birthday, my sister got me that it's like a cheap brand knockoff controller that emulates like a 360 controller. Like I think it's like $20 or something, and she got me that to use on the computer.
Yeah. You're playing Halo Reach first, timeline-wise? Do it. Hello, Halo, Galo.
I remember we used to like playing that one. Well, we didn't play a lot, but we played a little bit back on the 360. Did we play it on the Xbox? Cause I think Greg mainly played Halo on Xbox.
I played a bit of it back in middle school and early high school, but not a lot. We didn't really play it until 3. Or at least I didn't. That was the first Halo I got that wasn't my brother's, because he had the first 2. So I had the guide for Halo 3 and everything.
I also remember it was Greg who I think introduced us to Assassin's Creed because I think he had it on the Xbox.
He most likely did. I mean, he's big into stuff that and Fallout. He also showed me a bit of Fallout when I visited him. Not that I haven't seen that game before.
Yeah.
But he introduced, like, he's the one that like played Resident Evil. Like he introduced me to a lot of franchises because of what he was playing growing up. Resident Evil, he's big into Grand Theft Auto. That's where a lot of that started with the originals. But Halo is one of them, yes. That was actually the main reason why we got the Xbox. Was because of Halo 1. And then I got PSO's port. And then Fable 1, Greg played a bit of that as well. I mean, obviously he was part of Fable 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know he was with us when when you got into 360.
So we played Fable 1 and whatnot else. Xbox had some gems. Because he's big into 64. Because I know he uses my Switch. He has a Switch that because now thanks to my mom gave him my dad's Switch.
Yeah.
And now he could play Switch with Luke and soon his daughter Aurora and whatnot else. And then, but yeah, he uses my account and whatnot else to get games online or whatever.
The family thing. You have the online family account thing.
Yeah, I gave him my login and everything so he can.
Because I know I'm doing the same thing. I don't know if Chris remembers, but like, what is it? Like, like 3 years back, out of nowhere, he's like, "You want to be on my family account?" I'm like, "Sure." And he added me to his online family plan thing on the Switch.
You're gonna say hello. You're gonna say Halo instead of hello. Halo. Yeah. But no, yeah. Yeah, so I gave my brother my account and everything, so he can have some fun.
Also, it's also I gotta say it's a good thing that you and me are mainly PlayStation over Xbox. Apparently, what is it? Of course, their Game Pass thing is doing well, right? But when it comes, there's been a 29% drop in their console sales, and a major drop in people buying physical discs. Yeah, like, as I think as mentioned before, so many people on the Xbox side just rely on the Game Pass. Because like I know people were getting scared when like a lot of stores no longer carry physical copies for Xbox One or whatever it's called, the One S shit, and all those different Xboxes they have now. Because like nobody is buying the Xbox ones, they're not moving like Nintendo and Sony are.
Yeah. Hi, ads. Hi.
And
My name's not
apparently they also been closing down a lot of studios they already bought, like smaller ones they've been shutting them down or merging them with other game companies. And like, bro, the one thing I find kind of funny is, I think it's Divine Justice. I think I mentioned it before how they came out with a newer Dragon Age.
Yeah.
But instead of focusing on a good Dragon Age story or continuing the storyline from like the original ones, it focused so hard on the whole, look at me, I'm a binary character. It's all about me now because I'm binary. You better respect my pronouns and blah blah blah. But there's a whole quest about that character and other characters for their pronouns. And some people some people there were like neutral views when it comes to that. Try to play it, even they complain like, yeah, it's not fun when they try to force this trans binary stuff on you down your throats in a video game. And apparently, now that the numbers came out, it sold under a million, and EA was hoping for big numbers on the new game. and the girl who was in charge of Dragon Age, she quit. And then EA fired all the people that worked on it. And now they're gonna be focusing on making a all new shit, what's the other game BioWare made? It's a sci-fi one.
I have no
Yeah.
idea.
I think the main character was Shepard. Because I remember you could have sex with the aliens, like you could in Dragon Age. Ah, fuck, what is it called?
Dildo.
Goddamn, where's my phone? I have to Google this.
Dildo.
Where did I put my phone? Yeah, no, I just had it on me. What the hell? Oh, it fell. And I just remembered the other game they have is Mass Effect. There we go, Mass Effect. That's sci-fi RPG. And now EA is pretty much focusing on that game. So hopefully they learn from Dragon Age and don't enforce that woke crap. Especially once they realize how much money they lost with Dragon Age. And Zero the Bunny, also thank you for reminding me.
Tell Reaper it's Mass Effect. Reaper, it's Mass Effect.
Yeah, I just saw it on the chat.
But Zero told me to tell you. It's Mass Effect. No.
Yeah, cause I know like when Dragon Age Vanguard was announced, I was excited like, oh, I love playing Dragon Age back on the PS3 and /360. Cause like I think the first one through on the 360 through the library copy, then I beat it on the PS3, and then I think there was a prequel game that was kind of like a DLC, but they also released it on a disc, and I played it through the library, and that was fun. But then after seeing all the reviews and all this stuff, like, it's just like the writing, it was just the dialogue was so stupid and dumb, especially like I told you about the binary character, which is some kind of like demon-looking creature. A character mispronounced her pronouns, and it's just her doing push-ups, like, oh, I am so sorry, this is here, I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, and just the way they talked, it was just so dumb. It's like the actual story took a backseat. They ruined it. And thanks to these people that made Vanguard, Dragon Age is now officially on the back burner. Oh, Bunny played all the Dragon Age games. I played mainly all the ones that were on the 360 PS3, and then I played the last one that came out. That was both on the thing on the PS3 and PS4. Vision, I think it's called, something like that.
Origins, and I couldn't.
Right.
Hmm?
There we go. For a moment, I'm like, I saw your mouth moving, but nothing was about to say. Is your mic not working again?
Right. My mic.
Yeah, there we go. What Bunny just typed, that's the one I did not play. I seen the girlfriend play it, but I didn't play it. I mean, the girlfriend at the time.
I get into the thing.
I don't know if it's just me, but Brett, you were breaking up badly, or you were just saying. You're still somewhat breaking up badly. Like I said, I don't know if it's just my end or if it could be the mic.
Hey, fuck. Fuck my ass.
I guess bunny too, cause yeah, it's breaking.
Fuck you.
The fuck you somewhat came through, but it was still kind of achy breaky.
Who? Hello? Hello? Are you?
That one somewhat came out okay. Still sounds kind of iffy.
I don't know what is happening then.
There we go. That's much better.
I did nothing.
Oh, Rosa's on tonight. She's playing Pokemon Scarlet.
I seriously did fucking nothing. I don't know what's wrong with my mic.
It's like your mic don't like us. Like, alright, you guys are dumb. I'm out.
Okay, your audio's getting a little loud.
That's an ad.
How dare it? It's racist.
I guess you already know YouTube audio's all over the place.
You slut.
Once I'm able to skip this stuff, I'm gonna pause the video and go to Borderlands. Hopefully it'll be a little bit more quiet.
You slut. You slut. YouTube sluts.
Alright, Borderlands, please. I know you're the Switch version, but work. Please, don't give me an issue. Alright. Awesome.
Fuck my mic. Fuck it. Hole.
It is kind of sad, cause you know, this is the oldest Switch. It still struggles with Borderlands 2, because Borderlands 2... Granted, this is the 360 version. It still shouldn't be, like, too hard to run.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that. Vagina.
Now, Zero the Bunny is the husband, right? And the other one is the wifey?
Yeah. I mean, the other one says it. Her name says wife in it. Zero the Bunny's wife.
Okay.
So yes. You got waifu and dilf.
Oh yeah, I need my Borderlands fix. That hits the spot.
I now dub Zero the Bunny as dilf. You
No,
are
he's
my
the one that's he's from England, right?
Yes. You're my dilf.
I feel bad because of their food.
Why?
I'm
When
always
did I-
watching videos on TikTok and YouTube where British people try like American food and Mexican food, and they're surprised about how good it is the seasoning in some British food. It's just sad, like
Yeah.
bean on toast or like the meat puddings.
Yeah. When did I become a dilf? I don't know. It's the first thing I thought of whenever I think of a
No,
waifu
in all honestly, what
and
exactly
then
is a DILF? Is a DILF just like the same thing as the female version with the MILF going after younger
yes.
guys?
Yeah, it's just the man. It's just an older man who has a child, essentially, yeah. I don't really everyone's idea of a MILF or a DILF is really honestly different, but it's generally just an older mother or father person that you find sexually attractive. I'm only having fun because you're the husbando. So I said DILF to be funny, because that's just me. And it's not a harmful word.
Does Bunny have kids?
Not that I'm aware of.
Get back here, that bandit.
That is up to them to disclose anything on personal.
Yeah. Because I was about to say, isn't it also a requirement to be a DILF or a MILF? You gotta have kids.
I would assume, as that's what the name literally implies. I do, but oh, he does. I'm sorry if you did mention that to me and I forgot. But also at the same time,
Are
it's
they-
up to you to disclose.
Yeah.
You don't see them often, as they wanted me. Yeah, he's got some pretty horrific stories involving people. Again, if he ever opens up, though, he's an awesome dude, and I'm always here for you, Zero. But yeah, that
Well,
sucks.
then he is
though.
pretty much a DILF then.
I just like saying it to be funny because he's a husbando. He's her dilf.
Yeah.
In a cute way. I'm not here to be funny. I'm not here to be like serious about it. But yeah. You're my chat dilf, because you're married. That's why. Like Tom's technically a dilf, but I don't want to fuck him.
Oh yeah, that is right. I keep forgetting Tom's a dad now.
I mean, I fucked a MILF in some regard, Amanda, who has a kid.
Yeah, you did.
Not that she's like old enough to really. Is there an age range? Because she's technically a cougar. Like, I don't know if she's actively out wanting more sex or fun, but she was actively wanting me to the point where she blocked me years after we fucked. But also, like, she is in her 30s.
Older is she?
I think she was a few years older. She's probably Greg's age. A couple, maybe 2 years older than us. Maybe if not that. She's in her late 30s. When we are, at this point she'd be in her late 30s. I know she was older than me. Because I met her right at that point. Before I moved.
I want to say a cougar is more like somebody maybe like in their 40s or 50s going
always thought
after
it was.
somebody who's like still like 18 or 20.
See, maybe it changed. I always thought it was young and 30. Maybe it's changed with age expectancy and lifespan has gone up. I don't know.
Like yeah, like a good example. The on TikTok, I like watching the it's in Spanish it's called chisme, which is like gossip or spilling the tea. And there's this really despicable woman on there called Ashley Trevino. She's like honestly she's like our age, but she looks so much older just because of her bad eating habits. She already has two girls, right? And the one girl's like 16 and one's like fucking I think like 13 or 14 and fucking this girl her oldest had a crush on this random dude and she literally went after the guy. She met up with him and God knows what they did, but now they had a fall on. This dude he was claiming he was 24, but the whole time he was 18. And that's pretty much a cougar right there because she's like 34, 35 going after an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
And then after that drama, she hooked up with another group of young kids, or she was trying to get some from the boys who were literally like 17 and 18 years of age.
Okay, she's into twinks and the pedophilia. It's a lot of different things.
Oh my god, that's just nasty.
Well, Cougar, I expected it was older. I knew it was older women going after young boys or younger boys or vice versa. But I always at the time I always pictured it was like females in their like 30s,
No.
maybe 40s.
It's
Maybe they just
the age
look good
gap-
then.
the-
A lot
the
of the
age gap
cougars
just
I
doesn't
expect.
big.
Yeah.
Like a good example, Stifler's mom was a cougar.
That yes. Also, she was a fucking swinger. She's a party girl.
Woo!
Alright, also a MILF. That's a classification of a MILF. Say, like, yes, I agree. A lot of these terms do give off the I'm middle-aged or older, or in that range, like 30s, 40s.
Yeah.
I'd say by 50, you shouldn't really be trying to strut around too much. My honest opinion, you're getting old. Maybe you could find one more partner at that age, but if you're trying to find someone my age or younger at 50, hello? Also, there are people that are into like elderly and vice versa, and elderly into young. I just don't get that. Fetish is for everyone, but things shouldn't be crossed.
I do know in the very, I want to say towards the middle of my relationship with Danielle, when I started meeting some of the people she went to high school with, apparently there was a boy who he really got pissy with me, cause like how like pretty much Tom and the people we hang out from that crowd like Mike Malone always wore like the band shirts and the trip pants. You could tell they were like punk or gothic and that kind of shit, or part of that lifestyle. This guy tried so hard with that stuff. You could tell he was a tryhard. He wasn't really part of. Yeah, he was a poster. I called him out on that. And apparently she told me throughout high school, he always like followed her and like a few times asked her out like on what is in the school dances, and she always said no. And he got even pissy once he found out we were a couple and said, dude, he was like, dude, he's a DILF. I'm like, how am I a DILF? There's only like an 8-year difference.
Player or one thing, a DILF is another. For one, you were too young. Two, you don't have a kid.
Yeah.
Even now, you
And
don't look
granted,
like a DILF.
No, because like a lot of people are surprised at how old I am. Some people think I'm either in my mid-20s or early 20s.
Yeah, you don't look old.
Because like when I first met, like a good example, when I met Danielle's mom for the first time, and she was shocked when she found out my age. I thought she probably would have flipped out how much older I was, but she found out we were like more than just friends. But surprisingly, no, she was kind of cool about it.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yep.
I don't know. People were confused about my age when I was in my 20s. It's like, how the fucking young do I look? I don't know how I can look younger than my 20s in my 20s. There's no way in hell I look like a teenager.
Yeah.
That would mean I look like I'm in my 20s now. Which, granted, I don't look like I'm 30. Even more so when I shave. I mean, to be fair, my dad goes from like my dad went from like 70 to 50 when he shaved, so
One thing for sure though, whenever I play in the Switch during games, even though it's nice playing on handheld, they're just meant to be played with like an actual controller. Cause like fucking Borderlands playing it on just on the handheld mode, it feels off using the what is it, the Joy-Cons?
yeah. The Dick Con. Yeah, I don't really care for the joysticks. It's always more uncomfortable. Pro controller is so much nicer.
Yeah, cause like I only use the Pro controller if I'm playing on the TV.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if I'm playing handheld mode, I just use it the way it's meant to be played.
It's hard for me to play that way in bed as well. I would love to use Pro controller in bed, but I can't because it's hard to have it just propped up. I need the game system in my face. As much as that's what they have that weak ass kickstand for, it's like okay, but I can't do it. That I need to actually have it in my face when it's handheld for me to focus, like detail and whatever other things.
No,
I don't know if you're the same way.
I'm in the same boat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I try playing with the controller and having like the switch popped up on something. It's just no, it has to be closer.
Yep. That's how I've spoiled myself with chairs. Like I can't back home. I could never just sit in my bed. I would always have to I don't know. As a kid growing up, downstairs, I'd always have a chair. My dining room chair would always be propped up in front of the TV. The couch, I couldn't. It was just too far. Like my vision, I isn't bad, but I've noticed that isn't the best for that much of a distance. So and at the time I had a shitty ass TV screen. But like even now, it's just I can read better. I think like from a distance I notice my eyesight with words are weakened, but like even then I've always needed to be more in front of the screen. So I always had a chair in front of my TV playing like Stadium and Snap.
Yeah, that's quite good and simple. Like down here in my room in the basement.
Mhm.
What is it? Where I have the TV prop, I want to say it's an all computer desk. Because like the little two shelves on the bottom where the tower's meant to be, it's just holding some of my old sketchbooks. And Rosie's old 360, and one on the shelves just there kicking in dust now because like it doesn't work anymore. And I have right behind the TV. I have an old school LCD computer monitor right behind it. Doesn't work anymore. Yeah. And my couch, I moved it closer up to the TV, so like where I'm sitting, if I reach out my arm, I could cover the distance between the open area where I could stand between the couch and the TV. So from here, I could literally reach out to the end of the TV and press the little touch controllers to like switch channels, turn it on or off, or control the volume.
Yeah.
And it's also this way I could be comfortably playing a certain video game, and I have to put on my glasses to see what I'm doing.
Right.
Like the only time I wear my glasses when I'm playing a video game is just Apex. Because it's all action packed, I can see what I'm doing.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And also because when it comes to my eyesight, what is it? I can't see far, I can only see up close. And I have, because of all the times of straining my eyes, playing Pokemon